Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to episode 66 of F1 Manager 22. Here's Mercedes entering the penultimate race of the 2024 campaign. Exciting news outside of the series. Finally announced F1 Manager 2023. More details coming on that very soon. Also a video of my wish list for the upcoming title coming out very soon as well. But let's start working on wrapping up the 2024 season here in the 2022 game. Heading into Brazil, where it didn't have that much luck last year, where Lewis, I think, got wrecked out. I think by Verstappen, actually, funny enough. But sitting really pretty right now. Do need to get 44 points, or finish 44 points ahead of Red Bull to lock out the Constructors. And look at that. We are 44 points ahead going into Brazil. Hopefully our car is good enough to get all those points that we need to clinch it. Problem is, George, starting behind the 8-ball here, had to get a new ERS and new gearbox in the car, so he's going to have a grid penalty entering the race. And that's not good, considering he's only leading the driver's standings by 8 points over Verstappen, who I don't believe has any sort of grid penalties ahead of the week. Lewis, meanwhile, rocketing up the driver's standings. He's just behind Sergio Perez. I think we should be able to jump him. That really helped the cause. Do have all these new ATR points, or ATR, points and wind tunnel points, hours, whatever, all set here. However, I don't think we can really get a new part on the car done in time. So we're going to focus everything, because I think we should be fine here, on next season. And we're just going to dump everything into one giant chassis upgrade for next year. Losing a lot of airflow for next season, so we're going to dump most of the research into that. That should help. 6 engineers going on that. Don't cut a lot into the cost cap there, so we should be okay. Do need to work on a few extra parts, hopefully in time for Brazil. Those should be ready. So we got 2.7 million left on the cost cap. Rear wing, those are fine. Side pods, fine. Underfloor, fine. Suspension, fine. So we are all good to go. Start moving ahead here. Also, something I finally realized, we can see what engines everyone has, and I think to keep it kind of realistic, if Lewis decides to retire, because we got locked up for a while, we're going to see... Where's that? I'll find it. Hang on. So as it turns out, I have no idea where the menu went. Unless it was like a fever dream, I swear you could see what engine each team has. And I have no idea how to get to that menu, which is rather embarrassing considering we are 60-something episodes into the stupid series. Oh boy. Anyways, turns out going forward, we did blow through the cost cap, so we are going to have a penalty for next season. But it's all for... Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's a $3 million fine. So be it. Got a lot of money in the bank. So you know what? Off we go to the Brazilian Grand Prix. And Q2's in the books, and look, it's like grid penalty galore here. Lewis, despite being really fast throughout all of the practices and in Q1, finds himself on the outside looking in. But the great part is, I probably imagine he's going to finish or start at least P4, what with all his grid penalties. George has a grid penalty, what with the ERS and gearboxes changing out. Both Ferraris have them. The only cars that don't have them are both McLarens, both Red Bulls, and a bunch of the back markers. So it's going to be a bit of an interesting Q3 here. Unusual strategy now. We're going out with scuffs to do our first lap, but on a fresh set of softs to start the second. Yeah, everyone else on scuffs here, so hopefully we're the ones to improve. Bit of a surprise up in the top 10. I mean, they both have... are up on the podium, but they both have grid penalties, but Alpine's quick, Ricardo, P3. Charles Leclerc currently lead the way over Verstappen. Got George currently P6. Effectively, I think your grid right now is going to be Verstappen over Perez. So Red Bull lockout, that should help them try to get it back in. Leclerc actually purple, sector 1. Somewhat of a surprise there. He's not improving Sector 2, though. George improved in Sector 1. Sainz jumps up to P2, just behind Leclerc. George continuing to improve in Sector 2. As Verstappen doesn't take provisional pole, however, he'll be the effective pole sitter. Here comes George. Hitching a jump to the P4 maybe. I'm pole, okay. So he'll be credited with the pole, but he's not actually going to get it. Gasly across the line, he stays P7. At least we know we got pace. Bit of a rainy start to this one, maybe, or not maybe a rainy start, but it's going to rain towards the very end of this. It's going to start raining towards the end of the stint. Yeah, this is going to be a bit tricky. Maybe we want to start in the hard tire. But maybe the rain's going to get here a little quicker, so gotta be a little careful with that. Probably not going to burn the tires up too much to start with George. George effectively starting P18, so that's a real heavy grid penalty. Lewis, meanwhile, he's starting up towards the front. Going to extend that stint a little bit. Again, to when the rain's probably going to come. Actually, he'll go to the hard tire there. Oop. Maybe that'll work, I don't know. But, yeah, here we go. Brazilian Grand Prix. Lewis actually starting P7. Guess the other grid penalties weren't that severe. George starting P18.
Only time will tell. Here at the Sao Paulo Grand Prix.
So maybe
it's lights out.
It's a good idea. We could go to hard tire
go.
for George. All right, save on those to begin with. Verstappen leads over Leclerc and Sainz. Let's see what Lewis can do here. Yep, everyone on front on the mediums. Only cars in the softs are Latifi, Albon, and Zhou. And target is to be leading the constructors by 44 by the end of this thing. 71 long laps ahead of us. Just because we got a woeful starting spot does not mean it's going to end up that way. Is everyone on brand new mediums? Yes, they are. I think it might be a wise idea to conserve with Lewis for now. Again, we want to make the tires go a bit longer in case it does take a bit longer for the rain to get here. Just got to be mindful of that. Verstappen so far clean getaway from the Ferraris up front. Trying to get some separation over the little pack behind us. George kind of hounding Stroll here. He's got to be mindful of tires too. Don't want to push too hard, even though he is in the hunt for the Drivers' Championship here. Ferraris, meanwhile, fighting up front, actually going for the lead. Leclerc trying to get around the outside, maybe. Taking a look. Sainz right there as well. Leclerc really going after Verstappen here. And lunge down the inside. Might have a run there. George, meanwhile, losing another spot.
Yeah, copy. There's only so much I can do.
Might have to just go standard. Might not have a choice.
Everything to play with. Come on. DRS has been enabled. So use those tires.
Copy.
Done. Here's the replay.
Well, George gets a real cheap position here as Magnussen goes wide.
And there's the
Haas, I
lockup.
guess, still has
It
brake
almost
cooling
got away
issues.
from
Can't
them
get
entirely.
forward there. as they fall behind. George up to P18, still hunting down the Alpha Tauris.
Mercedes moved up a place.
Maybe we'll just go back to conserving a little bit again. Lewis, meanwhile, still hanging on to the back of that McLaren. No real need to start pushing right now. A bit of a gap between 8th and 9th place, so pretty comfortable right here. Still plenty of time. This is going to help George. Bit of a log jam as Joe goes for a track block and spin.
And this,
on soft tires.
yes,
Holds
this
up
is
Williams.
where they spun out.
It's Georgia right up there. Problem is, loses him distance to the lead, though. As Lewis actually lost some time. Bottas, we're going to continue there. Driver locks up turn 1. Looks like Alpha Tauri hits Lance Stroll. That's another freebie for George.
We've had a big crash here.
Oh, that
We've
was a
just
big
had a
crash.
on the track.
I think Stroll just went off on his own there. Let's see what
Let's
happened.
take a closer look. Now look at this. It was the Alpha Tauri driver involved.
Had the wing open. Probably just carries too much speed in there. Goes
They
wide.
lost control,
Boink.
and there's the crash.
Right. Let's use some ERS. Get back up there. Gotta fight off Ocon as well. George is trying to get some overtakes done now.
So you have overtake.
Copy.
It's a good pass around Schumacher. Maybe looking for another one around
This
Vettel.
is good stuff.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
George, pull out. Go for a pass here. Lewis starting to inch a little bit closer to Bottas. So to get right back up there, no problem. Pulling that car down the inside. Now back on the outside. That should be a good pass. Or not. Hang on. There you go. P15 for George.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
As here's Lewis. Fastest lap.
Fastest lap.
Get some battery back while we're at
Let's
it.
charge that pack.
Around the wall in the front. No safety car or anything. Not sure who it
Yeah,
was. Snowda.
Let's take a
Another one
look
goes
at the
wide
replay.
turn 1.
Now we see the Williams here.
Yeah, he's got the wing open. I think it's just another case of carrying too much speed in there. Yes,
Ooh, a
indeed.
nasty crash there.
Pretty much identical as Stroll's incident. They're both scrapping up front still as we're on lap 10. Lewis lost a spot to Ocon. Still hanging on here, though. And still working, saving as much tread as we can. So is George, who's back in P14. Hounding the rear wing of Nick Latifi in the Haas. Someone else is locked up. A lot of weird, random incidents
There's
here.
been a crash.
There's Schumacher, who was already behind us, so not a great day to be a back marker.
Look now.
Well, issue
Let's
for the
have another
Ferraris.
look.
It might help us a little
Sainz
bit.
is the focus here.
Sainz spins from the lead. Ooh, and actually log jam the rest of the field. He actually holds up his teammate. Problem is also held up Lewis, Ocon, and Bottas here. So Red Bull skirted free. Ricardo leading this thing. For Alpine, how about that?
doing a very good job.
George up to P13. Just trying to keep it going here. Probably going to have to save some fuel at the end of this thing.
Gained for Mercedes.
Because they haven't pushed on the fuel at all, and actually losing some time there. Not time, but, you know. Just trying to hang on to P7.
Job, mate.
Corner, hopefully don't fling it down the inside.
It's a race position gained
That's
for
P7,
Mercedes.
there you go. So rain gonna be expected around lap 25. That's when we're supposed to pit, roughly. So you know what? Let's back it down again. George might do the same a little bit here. Let's try and make tires last.
So rain imminent.
Lap 17, they're expecting it very soon. Just doing a good job on our tires right now. Put George back to standard, see if we can push the pace a little bit.
Use these tires.
As Ricardo might be holding up the Red Bull, allowing us to get back up there, so keep conserving a little bit with Lewis. Keep going with George for now, just at standard pace. As he's still fighting with Vettel right now. Trying to gain as much time as we can on the cars with softs, like Joe and Albon. Hopefully get there soon enough. We're still trying to hang on to DRS range. Should be able to do it. Yes, he does. Just keep hanging out waiting for the rain. So here comes Joe, actually, from the soft tire. See what he switches over to. What they have in that Aston Martin pit. Going on the hard, so I guess they're not expecting the rain just yet. Down the way he goes. Here comes the rain on the track.
Copy.
They're just going to keep picking up here, so you know what? We're trying to get them to catch up.
Increase in lift and coast just a
Yeah,
little.
Lewis, you're definitely going to come in right here. Going to the inters. I don't think it's going to rain that hard right now.
Okay, so box.
And George, by the time Lewis is out of the pits, he should be good. So it won't be a double stack there.
Box.
Let's see who comes into the pit here.
Yes, box.
Alright, Verstappen, Ricardo, Sainz. Obviously, Perez, Leclerc, and Sainz aren't going to get double stacked there. Let's see what else everyone's putting on. Everybody's putting on the intermediates. 2.3, very good stop for Lewis. Here comes George. Intermediates, which I don't think will stay on the rest of the race. 2.5, bit of a slower stop there. Get around Gasly, so there we go. Next, maybe we can't push on the tires. So you know what? We'll just go standard right now. See what we can do there. We're going to gain a lot on that top three right now, I tell you. Big winner of those that pitted. Looks like us and Verstappen. Well ahead of Sainz. I'm not sure what happened. Must have got blocked out on his stop. Get away from him, McLaren. Oh, we really got held up there. That's not going to help. So Lewis cycles up to P3, currently has fastest lap.
Leclerc in the pit lane now.
Bit of a mess around those cars.
Good job there.
George now up in the points.
There's been an incredible move by Mercedes.
So Valtteri has now pitted. Pick up the pace.
Get George to push a little bit. George now up to P8. We get Lewis to push for a little bit as well. See if we can get around Ricardo. Take it to Verstappen. Get as many points as we can out of this.
Daniel Ricciardo.
Unlucky break in lap
involved
25. Ricardo spins from the
here.
lead.
There's the lockup.
Well, doesn't
That's the last
spin. He
thing
goes
they'll have
way
wanted.
wide in the corner. Now we got Lewis right behind Verstappen for the lead. Keep going standard with the tires, just stay right behind him. Ricardo now 7 seconds off the lead. Got George behind Leclerc, Norris, and Perez. Just kind of bide our time before we really go for a pass here. Rain's staying around 2 millimeters on the track. So we're on the perfect tires right now. Nobody else is on the wet tires from what I see.
We've had a big crash here.
Big crash sector 1, still no safety car.
Yellow, yellow.
Not sure what happened. Ooh, Leclerc. That's a Ferrari gone.
There's been a crash. Sounds
See
like
what
a
happened there in
single
turn
car.
9.
Let's see what happened there.
Oh yeah, race official, there he goes. Oh, just wide on zone. Wow. Well, bummer for him. Cool for us. Lewis currently up in P2. 1.7 seconds back. Carlos Sainz starting to pull away a little bit. Holding off for Verstappen though. Just got that going for us. Probably got another stop coming up here very soon from our tires. Perez currently on the freshest tires of anybody. Jason down. Leclerc to the surprise. Nobody coming into the pit. Let's see what he pits for actually. Edge will stay or go into a new set of intermediates. Maybe try and make him the rest of the race. That appears to be the case. Let's have new set on. Fixing their damage. Ferrari is down and away. I have no use really saving tires with George.
Right, push hard now.
Copy.
So just see if we can hang with Perez here. But there's some distance on Ocon Norris, so that should be okay. Gets around that lap Williams. Which hopefully holds those guys up. You know what we might do with Lewis actually? Maybe, well, want to have a chance at the win. I was going to say hold him up. I don't know if you're going to hold Verstappen up 20 seconds there. Track looks like it's drying out. I personally don't think it's the case. I think we're not going to go to dry tires again. Who knows what the Brazilian weather does here. 25 to go. It says the track's drying out. I don't believe it. I do think the rain's going to pick up again. Because the rain's been hovering like around 1.1 to 1.2 millimeters on track. And 1 millimeter is the sweet spot for enters to work. See, right now it's just hanging at 0.97. Sign still jetting away. As DRS now open again. Okay. Verstappen's going to get the pass there.
Yeah, don't sweat it, Lewis. Don't sweat it.
Or not. Lewis still hanging tough there. Bit surprised they turned DRS on with barely less than 1 millimeter rain on the track. See, rain's increasing again. here's the question. Who blinks first to pit?
Yeah, copy.
Do you think George, no matter what we do, is going to pit before Perez here? So I'm thinking probably the end of this lap, go for the intermediates again. I think we got enough buffer to recover if we screw something up here.
Anything goes for fuel.
Yeah, copy, all good.
We are expecting rain through the rest of this thing. Probably call them in real late. I don't think the AI can react that quickly, get their crew out. As yeah, rain's starting to pick up. We won't see just how hard it's going to rain here before we pit. On the other hand, well, that's a tough call. Signs looks like it's staying out. Says we're Verstappen. I don't think it's going to get to the point where we're going to use wet tires, though, so that could be a bit tricky. Ricardo coming into the pits. Guess we'll go for it. No, we're not. Stay out. Let's see what Ricardo does here. His tires might have been older than ours anyway. Let's go on to intermediates again. I think that's the right thing to do here. Yeah, this rain's not taking that much more water on the track right now. Or the track's not taking that much more water. Again, when do you blink? Come back down again. So you know what? We're going for it here. North side enters. Going on right here.
Okay, Lewis, so box, 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 box.
So this lap.
See signs staying out. Oh, Verstappen's coming in too. Oh, they were thinking the same thing. You know what? Bring a George in now as well. Should get the jump on Perez. Verstappen also put in intermediates. 2.3, another great stop for Lewis. And we jump him. If we play this right, we might be able to clinch this thing. I think we should be able to get ahead of Perez here. Right, good stop. Excellent stop by our team. All right, let's push. Hamilton's actually out ahead of Perez. 2.5 for George. As Verstappen's got some traffic to cut on through. Push on the fuel. Push on the tires. George is going to get after it as well. Sainz finally in the pits. As rain's taking. Track's taking more water now. Sainz going on to intermediates as well. Nobody's on the wet tire. Here's the thing there. I think the rain's going to stop for a little bit, so I think it's going to get back under 4 millimeters. It's currently on trajectory to get that high. Right now, it should probably back everyone to normal pace. Gasly coming in. See what he goes to. As Sainz gets out clearly ahead of Lewis still. Track condition changed to wet. See what Gasly does. He's going to the wet tire. I don't know if it's going to last again. I mean, I don't think it's going to keep raining this hard. So we kind of just try to save and tread for right now, but This could get a little interesting. All right, Perez and Ocon coming in. Track's actually starting to dry up a little bit. So Perez has the right idea going to intermediates, I think. Ocon going to intermediates. Alonso. I go to West because his teammate did. Let's see what he does. Yep, putting wet tires on. I don't think that's the right call. George should be out clearly ahead of Perez here. Yes, indeed. Just go back to standard pace, though.
So use those tires.
Coming.
And Lewis, we're going to do the same.
Just push.
Hopefully this number up in the top right showing how much rain's on track. Hopefully that continues to dry up here. As Gasly looking around the outside, but he does have the tire advantage with the wet tires for now. Okay, I don't think it's going to last though.
Yeah, copy. There's only so much I can do.
See, it all kind of worked out. 17 to go. It's back under 4 millimeters. It's ideal water depth for the intermediate tires. So Gasly, they're probably going to bring it back in. Let's go back onto the intermediates. Someone runs wide up in sector 2. Who was it?
I think someone's run wide.
And it was Gasly. Funny enough. I think he's fine though. 15 to go. George is caught up to the McLarens. Neither of them have pitted yet, so these are going to be 2 free spots. I wonder why I haven't pitted yet. They're trying to see what's going to happen with tires, but there's George going for P6. Bottas, see if he gets one more around Norris, maybe.
Mercedes moved up a place.
Should be able to get that one with ease. Look around the right side, maybe. That'll stop the bleeding a little bit.
Great job.
P5 for George. So now Verstappen only has a 5-point advantage out of the race, but George should still hold the Drivers' Championship exiting the race. Got 7 to go now. Lewis 8 seconds behind Sainz, but about 7 seconds clear of Verstappen. That's right now we're cruising our way, constructors. George has having pushed a little bit. He's under 4 seconds now to Ricciardo up front. Trying to get him as many points as we can. Stay tight in the Drivers' Championship, but I don't think it was closing quick enough, so kind of back to neutral for now. He's about 10 seconds clear of Ocon behind, so that'll help the constructors. At least he shouldn't see a threat to get past here. Keep charging on. Just took 2 to go. Lewis still cruising 9 seconds back from Sainz. Doing great. Just going to keep pushing on like this. Lewis, or George, still 4 seconds behind Ricciardo. Closing a little bit to Ocon as it's getting really dark out here. Bunch of lockups going on as track's taking more water. I think with that, let's just make sure, let's kind of park the bus, just go light with both cars here on the tires. Maybe conserve a little bit of fuel with George just to make sure we're at least 0.1 kilograms good. Things looking pretty good right now. Hopefully this Williams just doesn't barge us in the back here. There you go. Want to go for Carlos Sainz.
Copy.
Want to go for Lewis.
So one more lap.
Track's drying up just mid. Should be okay. All right, here we go. Carlos Sainz rounding the final corners. As he's going to win the Brazilian Grand Prix. There's one piece of the puzzle coming here. Lewis across the line. P2 a fastest lap.
We have a checkered flag now.
Last piece of the puzzle here. Come on.
It's a long way to go, but let's keep pushing, guys. I believe in you.
Yeah, we can do this.
This track now at wet condition. Step across the line third. We're going to do it. Finally, 3 seasons in the making. We're going to come across the line and we are going to clinch the Constructors Championship. Got a little scary there, but just called the rain strategy perfectly. And we got it. So your top 10 there, Sainz, Hamilton, Verstappen, your podium. Then you got Ricardo, Russell, who's up 13. Hell of a drive there. Then Ocon, Perez, Gasly, and Leclerc. Oh, one more. Alonso, rest of the field. Bottas, Norris, Magnussen, Zhou Guanyu, Vettel, Albon, Schumacher, Latifi, oh, missed Tsunoda, and Stroll. Drivers' Championship. It's down to 3 points as Verstappen gains 5 points on us. It's going to be a real nail-biter in Abu Dhabi. As Lewis moves up to P5, Carlos Sainz gets around his teammate up to P3. Constructors, we lock it up. 52 points going into Abu Dhabi. Dow's going to be out for second now as Red Bull's got a 12-point lead over Ferrari. Got some driver development points to use here. As, yeah, we know we already went over the cost cap. But, hey, got the championship. So, who cares? Let's do some development points. George has one. We're going to put this into adaptability. That'll help. Staff-wise, Bono's got a point. That's going to go into pit crew management. As Mike Elliott, we have been scouting other technical chiefs as we want somebody a little bit better. He's not the best on the grid, so hopefully we'll get someone lined up there very soon. But that's going to do it. We're going to end this video as Constructors Champions. One race left, though, to sell the Drivers' Championship at Yas Marina Circuit. Can we make George a new Drivers' Champion? Or is Verstappen going to get his 3rd in a row? Actually, his 4th in a row. Just going to have to wait and see here. But, yeah, that episode should be coming out in the next few days. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified when future episodes come out. And to everybody, thank you for watching.